Then Holy, the pilgrim's disciple, said,
According to the contents of the Book of Secrets, we neither sow nor reap, but the one God gives us what we need. Just like Master, now, I will also live according to his will. A great ability beyond motivation. English May Holy.
English May Holy. Please subscribe, like, and press it.
Please stand up. Please.
but the donkey didn't budge. Then the pilgrim and his disciple came out to help the merchant. But the merchant seemed wary of them. They didn't care it and gave the donkey water and herbs. Then the donkey started eating it. Eventually, the pilgrim handed the merchant some water. And told him the contents of his book of secrets.
And he added one last. If you believe this, you will have eternal life.
Then the merchant said he would believe it obediently. And the merchant spoke again. If I don't go now before the gates are closed, and what will happen in the middle of the night on the way? I was very concerned.
Then the pilgrim prayed for the merchant. Then the pilgrim said, "Stay here overnight, that is the safest way."
And the merchant rejoiced and decided to spend the night at their house. With the bread and meat that the merchant gave them. They talked to each other over dinner. The merchant spoke first. This is a remote place. And no one seems to have lived there. How did you end up living here?
Then the pilgrim told the story about what happened during the pilgrimage.
When the merchant heard it, he became angry and said, You must not leave those persecutors alone."
Then the pilgrim said, "Judgment is done only by the one and only God. He is the one who gave the words of this book. But we are just obeying and conveying His word."
And the merchant. In the story of the tiger protecting the pilgrim. He was very excited and admired it. What a surprise that animals are better than people!
The pilgrim replied, "The one and only God, like that, hardened the hearts of those who could not be saved."
And the merchant also wondered about the story of the pilgrim's disciple.
Then the disciple began to tell his story. One day, I was on my way to a new town. But I became concerned about whether I would be able to live well in a new place. Because when there was a famine in the village I left, the people started to get worse and worse. As an orphan, I gradually began to fear those people. So I thought I couldn't possibly live there. I recklessly left the road to go to a very prosperous town. And around sunset, I arrived at a mountain temple. And there, with some man who arrived first, I ended up spending the night together. We had the same questions. So the next day, we questioned the abbot there about it. Will we fit in well in that town? And are the people there good enough?
The abbot said back, "It's all up to your heart."
So I told a story about the people where I had lived. When the famine hits, the people there become more selfish. And even robbery.
They hated each other and lied to each other.
But the man I was with said the exact opposite. Where I lived, people were kind and helpful.
Then the abbot said, "Always try to look on the good side. If you like them, they will like you too. But if you only see the evil and dark side of people, they will see you that way too."
Next day, I made my way to the new town. Now I am determined to love everyone I meet. And the man I was with stayed at the temple. Because the abbot allowed him to serve and live in the temple. The abbot already knew what the place where the man lived actually was like. And the abbot judged that the man could do anything he asked him to do. And finally I entered the new town. But even though I walked around the town all day, no one accepted me as I was so shabby. In the evening, as I was wandering around, the town's bullies came to beat me. So I started to run quickly to the mountain. And the men started chasing me with sticks. I dodged with all my might, but ended up rolling down a cliff at the foot of the mountain. Then the thugs went back, and I lost consciousness. And the next morning, Master passed by and saved me like this.
The next day, the merchant set out again. But just before he left, he gave the gold coin to the pilgrim. That could buy more than a few months' worth of food.
Then Holy, the pilgrim's disciple, said, according to the contents of the Book of Secrets. We neither sow nor reap, but the one God gives us what we need. Just like Master, now, I will also live according to His will.
If you join this channel, you will get more power than motivation. Thank you.